A Sega video? I want to be part of this.
Oh, my bad. Let me fix that.
Thank you.
Games as a service is a fairly contemporary idea. It's a bridge between consumers and game companies that is held in place by your local cable or internet service provider. When you plug in your console to the network, developers can offer live and real-time streaming services you wouldn't get from a standard cartridge or disc. This allows for gamers to play games directly from the provider. It transforms the properties of a game from a product that distributors sell to a service that they can offer and curate. Today we're going to focus on how games as a service allows the ability to stream video games to a game console in the same way that one might stream music or video from services like Netflix or Spotify. Instead of a song or an episode of a television show, however, playable demos of video games are sent directly to your home console instead. Some examples of this technology would be PlayCable by Intellivision, Atari Game Line, Teleplay with Nintendo and Sega, PlayStation Now, Xbox Game Pass, EA Access. There's of course more than just that. Some other examples would be GameFly, where they deliver games to your door, or how MMOs have a subscription service that you'll have to continually renew to keep playing their service. But for one of the most interesting cases of this model of service that I'd like to take a look at is the Sega Channel, a device that allowed you to play games over cable networks provided by TCI and Time Warner Cable. And now for the actual story behind this intriguing and unique device. I'm going to turn things over to the resident Sega fanatic here at Game & Browse, Helen.
The Sega Channel is an interesting little piece of gaming history. On the outside, it's a mushroom-shaped adapter that plugs into the cartridge slot of your Sega Genesis. It is similar in stature to the Sega 32X, which also launched in the winter of 1994. But instead of giving the players the ability to sport some sweet 32-bit 3DS games, the Sega Channel actually allowed Genesis users to stream, yes, stream, new Sega games directly to their Genesis console. Nowadays, this type of service would be offered through the internet. However, in 1994, these games were delivered through one's cable provider. For a one-time equipment fee of $25 and a recurring $15 monthly subscription fee, one could play unlimited demos of brand new and upcoming Genesis games. Though demos were timed, they could be played repeatedly. This combined $40 hardware and subscription fee in 1994 equals about $60 now, according to CNN's inflation calculator. While the hardware cost wasn't terrible, the $15 recurring monthly charge in 1994 is the current equivalent of about $25 a month. There were actually two different models of the Sega Channel adapter released here in the United States. The Mushroom model was licensed by cable provider Scientific Atlanta, and a smaller, cartridge-like adapter was licensed by cable television equipment provider General Instruments. We obviously have the adapter that was provided by Scientific Atlanta, as it dons the name of the cable provider on its front. Upon connecting to the Sega Channel, gamers would be greeted with the startup screen, featuring Sonic the Hedgehog and a silhouette of a boxy human figure holding a Genesis controller and a television. This is the Sega Channel's mascot, Sega Pat. Connection between the adapter and the satellite would be established, and bam! Brand new games on demand. The music heard in the background when using the Sega Channel is composed by none other than John Baker, the famous composer behind some of the best music to come out of the 16-bit era, including the soundtrack to Toe Jam and Earl. The Sega Channel provided playable, timed demos of a variety of different first- and third-party titles. The streamed game data was temporarily stored in the console's 4 MB RAM, and any streamed games or other content would be forgotten upon turning off the power. Most of the games featured on the Sega Channel would go on to receive full physical cartridge releases. However, a few select games were never given an official commercial release in some regions and could only be played through the Sega Channel service during its period of availability. The most exciting of these titles is, in my humble opinion, Mega Man: The Wily Wars, which featured revamped versions of Mega Man 1, 2, and 3, originally available on the Nintendo Entertainment System. This game was only available in North America through the Sega Channel service, though it would eventually see a physical release in PAL regions as well as Japan. Reproduction cartridges for Mega Man: The Wily Wars have been produced and sold in North American specialty markets like Etsy and local game stores. We actually found a copy the last time we went out game chasing. While messing around with our Sega Channel adapter, we decided to see if the adapter would function in a Sega Nomad, and here's what we discovered. For those of you unfamiliar with the Sega Nomad, it's essentially a full-fledged, portable Sega Genesis. Unfortunately, due to the mushroom-esque design of the channel adapter, the power cable for the Nomad wouldn't fit while the cartridge was docked. Thankfully, we do have the battery pack attachment. Similar to other backlit handheld devices from this era, the Nomad takes a ridiculous amount of batteries to power it, and as expected, the batteries only last a few hours. Rechargeable batteries are a must when playing with the Sega Nomad. With a little hunting, we were able to slap on the batteries and boot up the Sega Channel just like you would on a normal Genesis. And there we go! Full game streaming service to your portable Sega Nomad. If only we weren't 25 years too late. Obviously, the Sega Channel service has been dead for years, with Sega pulling the plug on the service in the middle of 1998. So the best way to show you how the Sega Channel used to work is from the grand archives of the internet. This brings me to my next question. If I can't directly demonstrate how the channel would work, what's the best way I can explain how this weird piece of Sega history functioned? If only there were some website that explained how my Sega Channel worked. Perfect! Here's the explanation taken straight from the hedgehog's mouth. Now, in the United States, number 1, they, the production team at Sega Channel, pull together and test the great games, art, text, and music you play every month. Number 2, the programming is loaded onto a CD-ROM disc. Number 3, it's then sent to the big guys at the satellite station. These guys send the signal to that big tin can in the sky, Galaxy 7. Number 4, the signal is then transmitted to local cable companies. Number 5, the cable guys bring you a cool little adapter unit that allows your Genesis to hook into the signal. Number 6, then, wha-bam, you've got games galore. Wow, the amazing wonders of technology. If you tried to use the Sega Channel today, you obviously wouldn't be able to connect to the service. Not only because the service was discontinued almost 20 years ago, but also because the Galaxy 7, the satellite used to deliver the signals to and from the cable companies, actually spun out of orbit over 15 years ago and is currently just floating around in space. The Sega Channel was pretty innovative in their effort to keep their content fresh, with updates to the channel's content coming every 2 weeks. Updated content was a top priority for Sega, and it was something they did quite well through the use of the Sega Channel's website. The website would act as a TV guide for what could be found on the channel's content for a 2-week period. Speaking of available games, the very first Sega Channel list of content was actually published in Sega Vision's Volume 19, the issue that showcased the debut of the Sega Channel service. While games as a service is a commonplace idea now, it was innovative and super ambitious for the 1990s. Similar to other products in Sega's life, like the Game Gear and the Dreamcast, they always seemed to be a little too far ahead of the innovation curve, sadly, proving detrimental to Sega's success in the long run. Sometimes, innovation comes with consequences. However, the excitement for the Sega Channel service was definitely real at the time, with a 1995 issue of Sports Illustrated for Kids reporting that the 9 to 13-year-old demographic, when asked about their intentions of purchasing new games, were 5 times more likely to subscribe to the Sega Channel than purchase the upcoming Nintendo 64 or Sony PlayStation. Sega themselves anticipated having over 1 million Sega Channel subscribers within its first year of operation. However, they only acquired 1/4 of those subscribers throughout the entire life of the service. The recurring monthly fees were almost certainly off-putting, totaling the equivalent of $25 a month. Additionally, the timing for the launch of the service was poorly chosen, with the next generation consoles right around the corner. Unfortunately for Sega, the Sega Channel service was not as successful a business venture as they had hoped. However, this initiative into the idea of games as a service helped pave the way for future media streaming services. One last thing. When a subscriber's Sega Channel subscription ran out, the actual adapter was supposed to be returned to the cable company so it could be redistributed to a new subscriber. Seeing as the service couldn't be used without the adapter, and the adapter was useless without the service, it was a reasonable request for the hardware to be returned. Any hardware still around today was either used until the service ended, or it was never returned, meaning it's contraband.
Good evening, ma'am. Have you seen this toy?
I don't think so.
Thank you for your time.
Alright, well thank you for watching another one of these videos from GameBraz.com. I am glad that I finally got someone to actually collaborate with on one of these episodes. She wrote the script. I normally ad-lib, so if it's a little more structured than normal, it's her fault.
My fault, thanks. If you are into retro games, which we assume you are if you check out our website or follow us on YouTube, just wanted to let you know that we will be at MoGameCon 3 next month. It is Saturday, August 4th at St. Charles Community College. It's, as far as I know, it's the only retro gaming convention in the St. Louis area, and it's really fun. We went last year. We were super blown away. There will be various YouTubers there, tons and tons of vendors. Last year they had arcade cabinets in the back. It's just a really awesome time. This is actually the shirt from last year. Had to wear it because it's awesome. It's actually signed by a bunch of cool people too. But we hope to see you there next month. If you are there, come say hi. Tickets are on sale now. There's various discount codes. Just look online. But we definitely hope to see you there.
Yeah, I'll put a link down in the description if you're interested in attending, and then you can go through there and sort it out yourself.
So hopefully we see you next month. Bye.